All right, while Jennifer is getting set up, I'm going to go ahead and say hi. Hey, it's Sierra. And then I'm joined today by Jennifer Clint. She's one of our amazing account strategists. And then, of course, we also have Leslie here hanging out with us today for a little while. We are so glad that you guys decided to join us today. I know it's Friday, and there are probably things you'd rather be talking about than stream keys and Facebook Marketplace selling, but we are so excited to have Jennifer and her expertise on this subject. If you are joining us live on Facebook, we are so glad to have you as well. Just a note that the comments on Facebook are not going to be moderated just because we do have a lot of registrants on Zoom. So the questions that we're going to be pulling from for the Q&A are going to be via Zoom. So if you do have the link to hop on to Zoom, we'd love to have you on. If you're joining us on Zoom, just some quick little housekeeping tips we would like to go over is that the questions that you're asking Jennifer need to be put in the Q&A box. You'll find that at the bottom of your screen. If you're putting them in chat, it's really easy for us to lose them as people are talking and people are chatting in the chat feature. So that Q&A box will help keep us organized. That way we can go through and make sure that we get as many questions answered as possible. One more reminder is that this webinar and Facebook Live is not for setting up your Facebook catalog. That's something that you will need to do on your own. We're unable to answer specific Facebook catalog questions just because it's different for all different types of situations and different types of shops. But earlier today, we did drop some resources on troubleshooting your Facebook catalog. If you do have issues, I dropped that in the Facebook group, and I will make sure to do that again at the end of this webinar. And then as always, you can contact us in chat support if you have any specific questions that we might be able to help you with. So as we're getting started and as Jennifer's getting set up, if you are joining us on the Zoom, we'd love to know what your boutique name is and where you're watching from so that we can make sure we pay attention to who all's here. And then as always, you'll be able to re-watch this recording via Facebook and our Facebook group on CSVIP. This recording will live forever, so you will be able to tag your friends to watch it, tag your employees to watch it, and make sure that they get all of this fantastic knowledge. So I'm going to pass it off to Jennifer.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I am super excited to do this with you all. And I did want to say too, that even if you have a question that you saw somebody else ask and you need to ask it a different way, or maybe you just didn't quite get the answer, don't be afraid to drop those questions in the Q&A. And even if we don't get to them today, even if we don't see them, or even if you're leaving it over via Facebook in the comment section there, go ahead, leave your questions. I am going to hold some space aside over the next few days to try and do my best to go back and answer everyone's questions. I don't want anyone to walk away from this experience feeling like they still have so much mystery surrounding this. Stream keys and Facebook Marketplace selling have become a super big passion and focal point for me. So I want everybody to feel as excited about it as I do when we get done with this. So with that being said, Sierra has been so gracious to help me kind of buffer and moderate some of these Q&As, and we will get to that at the end. But before we get started with the demo and with the Q&A portion of this, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of education. So many people are just hopping in and they're excited, and I love the momentum and I love the enthusiasm, and they want to use the stream keys and they want to use the Facebook Marketplace selling techniques, but they kind of don't understand what's going on. And I feel like in order for you guys to have ownership over what's going on with your business, it helps if we have some education there. So I will say this, this probably will incite some more questions from you guys, and that's okay. Like I said, just leave them and I will hold space over the next few days to try to get to everybody's questions as they come about. All right, so the first thing I wanted to say is that with stream keys and marketplace selling, we are seeing a lot of recent gaining popularity with both of the processes. Something that many people don't know is that they are two separate processes and they can be used together, separately, or not at all. You can use stream keys without Facebook Marketplace selling, and you can go and sell live in the Facebook Marketplace without using stream keys. And the reason I wanted to stop and just take some time to make sure I emphasize that is because I see a lot of people saying, I'm using stream keys to go live in the marketplace. And I just want to make sure that we understand there are two separate processes, and they are very different, but they work together very well, and they enhance reach, distribution, and they also increase the stability of your live stream. So just make sure that you are aware that there are two separate processes, and that there's very often a learning curve, and some people find it better to start with just the stream keys, use those for a week or two, get that part of the process down pat, and then add in the Facebook Marketplace selling. It does not take away from what the stream keys do. So the second process, the Facebook Marketplace selling, as Sierra mentioned a moment ago, does require a catalog to be set up. It is different for every person, and I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it today because every single catalog is different, because every single business is different. She did drop some of those resources, and for that, I'm very grateful. And if you need more directions, you can also search the term catalog at learn.commentsold.com, and there'll be some more information for you there. And as always, if you have an account strategist, you're welcome to reach out to one of them as well, and they can help you kind of field some resources and troubleshoot if you need to. So with that being said, I am going to move on to the stream keys. So when we are thinking about stream keys, I want us to imagine, and I'm just going to go right off the slide, that the stream keys let the CommentSold software know exactly where to send your streaming video to. Without stream keys, your video can be glitchy, inconsistent. Perhaps you have lags, delays. I get people, messaging me saying, my shoppers are saying my live feed is glitchy, or that there's pixelization or the little squares in there. We get that regularly with Facebook Live. And if you imagine a line of grade schoolers as the final bell rings, they're full of energy. They're generally kind of all headed out in the hallway in the right direction. It's hard for them to hear directions from the teachers or the hall monitors because it's super chaotic. And we all hope that eventually all of them get to where they're supposed to be, whether it's to the lunch line or the bus line or whatever it is. But it can be disorderly, and someone's always getting lost. Somebody's always forgetting something. This is going to represent your live stream without stream keys. Generally speaking, we all make it to the right place, but it can be a little glitchy. It can be a little chaotic. And sometimes people and things get lost along the way. I think this is exactly how I imagine the stream being fed into Facebook when we are not using stream keys. Now, when we're using stream keys, if we imagine a line of soldiers, evenly spaced, orderly, lined up at a consistent and predictably reliable distance, all of a sudden things start falling into place. The bodies are able to execute and make moves with super precise direction and purpose. Everybody's moving in the right direction, and it is not chaotic. The soldiers hear every command and directive because there is no chaos. This is how stream keys help improve your connection. We have taken that otherwise chaotic feed and said, you go here, straight line, direction. This is how it all comes together to make it feel less chaotic and create a more consistent live stream for you and your viewers. It's not perfect, nothing ever is. There still can be days where you may have a little bit of a lag, or you may experience some pixelization. Technology is not perfect, but this absolutely helps reduce any of the chaos or the confusion about where the stream is going, because there is a direct address given in that stream key and in that server URL that tells the stream where to land. So just kind of keep those two visuals in your head of the chaotic grade schoolers and the ever efficient soldiers, and it'll probably start to come together for you. So those are the purposes of the stream keys. And as always, you know that when we have a consistent stream and our video quality and all of that is optimized, it's easier for our viewers to find us. And it's easier for us to keep their attention because we're not distracted going, oh God, you guys, I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on tonight. It cuts all of that out and eliminates it. All right. Now, Facebook Live selling in the marketplace is a completely separate process. You can, again, I just want to emphasize this, use just the stream keys without the Facebook Live selling. So The way that Facebook Live selling is triggered is we link a product and toggle on the live selling feature, and it optimizes your chances of being seen in the marketplace. I just want to stop and just take a second there and say, it is not a guaranteed. When I demo the product in just a moment, I'll show you how to do it, but there's not even a guarantee that my demo is going to get in there. So this is, again, not anything that we can ever promise you, but what we can say is that we have seen a lot of success in doing this as long as you are patient. So your featured or selected items don't have to identically match your product selection. So if you are one of those shops that likes to put together a product selection of, say, 15 items in the morning, and you're planning to go live that night because you like to have everything pulled and numbered and ready to go, that's perfect. However, please don't feel like you have to stop, unless of course you have the bandwidth and the manpower, and make your selected items in the Facebook Live perfectly match your product list. It doesn't have to be 110% super matchy in order to be effective. Some people do link an entire collection. Some people only link one single item, and we've seen success both ways. I have very big, shops that go live with one, and I have very big shops that go live and they put their entire Facebook shop in there. It is up to you. It's what works best for you. Some of the variables can be maybe your link up takes a little longer because of your Wi-Fi service, or maybe you are hardwired into your internet, so you're able to link up fairly quickly if you link all of your products. All of these things can play into it. So find what works for you. And again, you can always talk to your account strategist if you have a question. The linked item is just the way that Facebook gets kind of the techno message that says, hey, I'm selling something. So this can be what triggers your shop to get into marketplace. It's that little message that says, hey, we're detecting a linked item. Since she's got something linked that's for sale, she must be selling. Oh, we must put her in the marketplace. That's the optimized way that it works. Gaining momentum in the marketplace, though, does take time. Like all things related to Facebook, there is an algorithm. You do want to be patient with yourself. I've had people call me after 2 or 3 times and say, oh, it's not working. I can't find myself in there. Be patient. It is an algorithm. I always say, give yourself 30 days of consistent use. Regularly scheduled times are super important. If you are a Monday, Wednesday, Friday person, you need to go live on time every Monday, Wednesday, Friday with your stream keys and your linked item that puts you in the marketplace. And you need to do it without missing a beat. If you're a person that goes live kind of maybe on demand or when your personal schedule allows, you may have a longer lead time before you start to see success here. So the regularly scheduled times and consistent use are super, super, super important in order to see maximum results here. The number one hard reality and truth that I hear is people saying that they get trolls. And they can be a thing, but I don't want anyone to let that deter them. If you can plan to have a moderator designated before you even go live the first time with these, you will save yourself and your viewers a world of headache. Be sure that your moderator knows how to use that block feature. Don't acknowledge them and just keep moving. I wouldn't even give a troll the time of day. I wouldn't let them bother you, and definitely don't let them keep you from using this important feature. I think that it's super important that we continue to use the moderators even once we've established ourselves in the marketplace. They don't go away. And as you continue to grow and you start to see your numbers of viewers rising, you'll want to always have some sort of moderator in place, not just for the trolls, but just to answer questions anyways. So as a final thought before we get into the demo, I do want to say that over the last week, CommentSold has kind of launched a few new features to help you guys out with Facebook, and I wanted to make sure I called them out today. You can improve your Facebook experience by using our Facebook booster, our content tags, and our custom labels. All of these features were created to enhance distribution and engagement. The booster is a wonderful way to get a static post some more attention. The content tags kind of work a little bit like hashtags, or maybe a whole lot like hashtags. And the custom labels give you the ability to call out the products that you're going to be featuring in that live. So if you have any questions about those, we do have some information about them available. But I just wanted to make sure that I drew some attention there and that you guys knew that those were available. So I am going to go ahead and exit out of here, and we are going to get ready to do our live demo. So, all right. So today we're going to use my little account. Everybody here at CommentSold kind of plays around online, and we like to experiment. And so this is the account I use when I experiment with things. And I'm going to do it just as if I was going live like you guys. So you're going to see my back office and everything. So we're going to go in here to my CommentSold. I'm going to go ahead and hit my live stream, hit my live overview, refresh the stream. It should be going already. All right, here we go. Perfect. Right, so here, went ahead and muted that for you guys so you didn't have to hear the feedback. So this is my live stream. I have it pointed down because it's not important what's going on there. And we're going to choose a product selection. Oh, goodness. I loaded one in here earlier. Here we go. We'll just choose these. And we'll leave that there. And then we're going to go up here and choose where to go live. Now, this is really important. I know many of you have been used to hitting this right here for a very long time. And so relearning this is, give yourself a learning curve. Give yourself an extra 10 or 15 minutes to set up the first few times you do these processes. So you're going to click copy and paste stream URLs. All right. And then you're going to come over here to your Facebook page. And I just want to make sure that I stop and call attention really quick to something that we've been really pushing in account strategy. And I just want to put it out there. Your best bet is to go live as your business page. Sometimes people are going live as their personal page, but your best bet is to go live as your business page. You can do this right here and make sure that you're interacting as your page and not as yourself, okay? And then you would come partway down the page right here and click this create next to the create button, the live. This is going to take you to Live Producer. It'll load in just a second. It's a little bit of a delay on Zoom, but it does usually come through. Perfect. Now, occasionally, some of you have found yourself in the new version of Live Producer, and you're going to get in and you're going to say, Jennifer, my page does not look like what you're showing on the screen right now in front of you. We've absolutely seen that. Don't panic. Right up here in the upper left-hand corner, there'll be a toggle that will allow you to turn it off and go back to the original Live Producer, which is what we're all looking at right now. So if you are seeing something different, please come right up here in the upper left corner and just turn the toggle off. So you're going to be right here, okay? And you're going to see that the stream key is automatically defaulted and highlighted. It's already landed you on the stream setup page. This is typically the default that we see coming in, okay? So really quick, before we start setting up, I want to go here to the live shopping. I want to enable the toggle, okay? I want to add an item from my shop, which is the shop and catalog that you've already gotten set up. I'm just going to choose this one item right here. Click save. Now I'm linked, okay? I am featuring an item that's linked. I'm going to go back over here to the stream setup. I'm going to identify right here, server URL, click copy, go back to my live overview. Rhinestone Rooster page. Again, I'm using my page. I'm going to click that this is my stream target, and I'm going to copy and paste that into the server URL destination area. Then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to identify the stream key, copy that, go back over to my live overview, click in that box and paste that in. Now, in a perfect world, you are already going to have your mobile app launched and probably have for a very long time. I do not have one for my play page, so I am not going to click this button because that would just cause all kinds of confusion for the system. But if you have a mobile app, you should absolutely press this button. Now, the next thing I want to kind of draw attention to is that a lot of you are going to have another group of options here where it's going to say, do you want to go live in your group with the stream URL and the stream, or the server URL and stream keys? It has been my experience that it is best to bypass and not use those stream keys and server URLs in the group, and that it is better to go live as the page and share to the group. This helps keep your comments unified in one place so that you're not having to jump over to the group later and go back and forth, because again, these all have this server and stream URLs, the stream keys. They are telling the video where to go. And so it just gets a little bit convoluted and glitchy if we start telling it to go to two different places. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm not saying that it doesn't ever work. I'm just saying that I see optimized results if you use it on the page and then share to the group. But of course, you can go live in your app. And of course, it's up to you to send your mobile notifications. So you would then come over here and you would click the Go Live button. And you would hop back over to your live producer. And here comes our video feed. I know that you all can't see it because I've got it pointed down. I can probably put it over the ground just so that you can see it's populated there. It'll come up in just a moment. Yep, there we go. So there's our stream. All right, so you're all set. You've linked something to you've turned the toggle on for live shopping. You've linked a product to the live. You've set up your server URL. You've set up your stream key. You've set everything up in your dashboard on CommentSold. And you're like, okay, so how do I get live? How do I get live? Well, if you look down here, I call this the Ghostbuster right here. It's all grayed out, and very often a little red strike through will come out just like the Ghostbuster sign. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that this post is going to go to the correct page that you manage. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a title. So you would want to put like happy, and then you'd want to put a description. Now I want you to keep an eye on this bar right here because like I said, it's grayed out, and as you can see, it's got the little tiny Ghostbuster sign populating. The minute that you put something in here like not coin us, join us for live shopping, this turns blue. That means we are a go, and you just go ahead and you click go live. It takes just a minute again because we are streaming, and everything is set up and running. So this would be your insights and your dashboard. You can ignore this or explore it later on your own. This is going to generate your stream metrics. It's going to generate your frame rate. It's going to have everything going over here. Comment moderation is not set. Again, you could moderate it. It could be a follower. You can put slow. You can put discussion. You can use all of these cute little extras here now. You can end your live video if something really bad is going on. There are options. There's a timer going now up in the upper left-hand corner. There are options to set up goals. You can share to a page's group. It'll show you how many viewers you have. It'll show you reactions, clips. All of this is now going on your dashboard within the live producer. And over here in the live overview for CommentSold, your real-time comments would be coming in right here. You would be able to confirm that your link was successful right here with the green check mark. It's going to tell you how many Facebook viewers you have, how many are on the app if you indeed do have a mobile app launched. And everything else that we have going on with CommentSold is going to show you what's linked, what you've featured as a live product in your product selection. Everything is here just as if you went live the old school way, but now we've added in all of these benefits and features from live shopping with Facebook Marketplace and with the stream setup. So I'm going to try to hop over to my page and see if we can view it, just so you guys can kind of get an idea. If it disconnects, just bear with us. I don't know how great this is going to show up or if it's going to cause any kind of sound feedback, but I just wanted to see. Should be coming in here. Yep, and here we are right here. You are live on your page just as normal. So that's the basics. I'm sure we have lots of questions. I am going to go ahead and go back over here, and I'm going to kind of end this video so that I can field some questions for you guys. And once I get this all ended, I will be able to hop into the Q&A and see what's going on. I just want to make sure that I'm not live on Facebook in too many places. All right, so I'm going to get out of there. We are not streaming. We are done here. I am no longer sharing screen, I don't think. And oh, there we go. I am no longer sharing screen, and I'm going to hop into the Q&A. So
yeah, we've got some great questions in the Q&A box. So it looks like Letitia has a great question, and I kind of also know the answer to this one, but how can I ensure that all of my followers get a notification that I have gone live when I use Stream Keys? And I know that there's no way to guarantee that all of your followers get a notification, but I know Jennifer is like a rock star about some best practices that we could probably share on the best way to get as many notifications out there as possible.
absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to preach this and on the hill until the end of time. If you are going live at the same time, regularly scheduled on the same days of the week, your customers should already be trained to look for you. Second of all, if you have a mobile app, you should absolutely be sending those mobile app notifications. And even as we were setting up the stream URL and the server URL in the dashboard of CommentSold in the live selling third step, there was even a box on there that said send mobile app notification. Click it. If you've got that mobile app, be sure you are clicking that box. The other thing is you should still be able to use any of your text programs or anything else, the SMS texting that we have with CommentSold or even with your external group. All of those are great ways to continue to go live, but your live, once you are live in Live Producer, sends out the same Facebook notification that you get if you are going live the organic old-fashioned way. So it's still going to say, you know, in my case, the Rhinestone Rooster is live, you know, and you can still click it. Everybody who has subscribed is still going to get my notifications. Something you can also do is train your customers. Customer training and shopper training is so important. Start the beginning of every one of your lives by saying, hey guys, if you're not following, go to my page, like and follow, and make sure that you're defaulted to get all of my notifications.
Perfect, perfect. I knew you are the bomb at having some great best practices for making sure that we get as many people in front of that live video as possible. Jill said, this is a good question, and we get this a lot. I already have a Facebook catalog that is updated daily from my non-Shopify website. Can I use that catalog instead of manually entering products into CommentSold?
So the general answer is yes. I am going to caveat this and say that on occasion, we have seen some issues where a catalog that was brought in did not link the way that we hoped it would. And if that is the case, I would absolutely encourage you to either reach out to our chat support, or if you have an account strategist, reach out to your account strategist. Again, these are kind of falling in that one-off bucket with the catalog. Everybody's catalog is set up different. There's manual setups, there's CommentSold feeds, there's Shopify feeds. There's so many ways to get these catalogs set up that I would say that the best thing to do would be to go to chat or your account strategist if you have one of these one-off issues. But in a general sense, in a perfect world, it should work.
Yeah, perfect. Letitia also wants to know, can these lives be scheduled in advance as an event while you're still using string keys and marketplace selling?
So again, the general answer is it should work. Have people come back and said, oh, some of the people in my event couldn't see? Yes, we've had some times where it hasn't been 100%. Again, in a perfect world, we would like to see that this would be something that you could do. I would say that for 100% consistent best results, I would not schedule it as an event. I would continue to go live on my page. That doesn't mean that it won't work. It's not my favorite, but in a pinch, it could probably work. But I would much prefer everybody go live from their page.
Perfect. And then Debbie said, if we're only trying to use string keys and not utilize the selling on Facebook Marketplace, do we still need to use a product selection? Because we generally use a dynamic selection. So I think they were just kind of confused because you were trying to use a product selection in advance, but you can absolutely still use your dynamic product selection for either option, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I just don't happen to have a scanner handy with me to do a dynamic scan. So I had to have something entered in. But yes, Debbie, absolutely. Just do it the old way with your product select or with your dynamic scanning, and you should be good to go.
Let's see. We've got a few more really great ones in here. It says, I tried to do this last week when I enabled the toggle on Facebook. I didn't get the option to choose an item from my shop. Any thoughts on how I can fix this? This is kind of one of those one-off questions. One thing is just to make sure that your catalog is set up correctly. That's going to be the number one reason why you would not see an item available to be chosen, Amanda. And we have some catalog information that we're going to be sharing in the Facebook group. And again, that's one of those things you can absolutely go to chat support for, or if you have an account strategist, you can reach out to them as well. Madison said, I didn't see an overlay on the demo. Will the overlay still be up if I'm using stream keys?
Absolutely. And Madison, I apologize. I don't have a scanner here at home with me. So I was not able to demonstrate it with the dynamic selection and the scanner and the overlay. So I had to kind of select the item, but it absolutely works. We've got a ton of shops that are using it with the overlay, and they are having fantastic success and reporting back, really enjoying using all of these features together.
Someone also asked, can you do this easily on an iPad?
Yes. The only thing that I find to be cumbersome with the iPad is that you need the ability to toggle back and forth between your Facebook app on the iPad and then back over to your CommentSold live producer dashboard. So you're managing two dashboards, and I have seen it before where some iPads, the navigation between the two different dashboards was not great. I prefer it on the laptop because you can just tab and go back and forth. It is all dependent on how you have your setup, but absolutely, if you can manage your everything on that little screen, then more power to you.
Same. I love iPads because they're so easy
Right.
and simple to carry around, but sometimes that navigation between two different tabs on your, on your Safari is just really hard.
Right.
So I completely agree with that one. We've had like 5 or 6 questions / requests on if you could show the steps as far as picking an item from your catalog again during the marketplace. We don't want to go back through that entire process. However, what I will say is this is live on Facebook for all the people who are watching on Zoom. And so as soon as this is over, you'll be able to pop back on and you can fast forward and watch the replay and catch that part again. It's really simple to do. You just got to kind of pay attention. And once she gets started and you see that little feed pop, or before you see the little feed pop up in the bottom, when she's actually in the Facebook producer part, you can fast forward to that. And it's only like 2 minutes past that when she's actually linking stuff for the catalog. So I saw there's like 5 requests asking for that. So instead of going back and redoing it for everyone, just go ahead and grab that replay. You're going to find it in CSVIP. Let's see. Debbie wants to know, you can just link to one item. I know you covered that before,
Absolutely.
but just to confirm, you don't
Absolutely.
have to do this elaborate thing in your
Correct.
Facebook catalog. Yeah, okay, cool. And then I don't know if you can see the questions as well and see if there's anything that I might be missing. A lot of these are kind of like one-off questions that would be better for chat support.
I see one right here from Jeremy, and he said, so once you go live on your business page, you recommend we immediately share to our VIP group instead of click the button on the preset options. Yes, if you are using the stream keys, I find that groups together the comments in a more consumable fashion, because you have to remember that your moderator is going to be on your page, and it's just going to be an easier stream for them to follow if you just share it to the group. And so then people are technically commenting on the pages stream and not on two separate streams.
Great. Zoe wants to know, do you have to link the same product every single time, or can you
Nope.
choose different products each time?
You can choose a different product each time. And if you have the bandwidth, you can choose several different each time. Again, this is kind of where you can set this up to what works best for you, but you can absolutely change it out each time. I have people that do use the same product each time because it's something that they always carry and they sell a lot of. And I have people who pick something different each time to kind of keep it fresh.
Perfect. This is a great question. Allison said, when using stream keys, do we need to hit end live sale on CommentSold and end video on Live Producer on Facebook?
So best practices would probably say yes. Now, that being said, once you end your live stream in CommentSold, there should be nothing to feed over to Facebook. That being said, it would probably be a clean practice just to go in, end it in your CommentSold dashboard first, and then click over super quick and end it on Facebook. Again, though, once that live feed has been ended on your dashboard in CommentSold, there is nothing to push over via that stream key to Facebook, so it should end as soon as it's triggered.
Yeah, it's important to note that if you're only going to click one, to do it on the CommentSold side, because if you click end video on Live Producer and you have a mobile app, you are still live on your mobile app, and customers are going to be able to see you and hear you. Even if you're saying things you may not want broadcast on your app, they will still be able to see it. So, definitely best practice of doing both. It can't hurt to do both. But, if you are going to only do one, definitely do it on the CommentSold side if you have an app. Let's see. Just reading really quick to make sure there's anything else that we haven't already covered. Jeremy asked a similar question, so we got that one taken care of.
I see one here by Jennifer Campbell that I want to address, if I may, Sierra.
Yeah.
And it says, maybe we can scroll up just, oh, I got it. Okay, it says, I have been using stream keys for about 3 weeks. The last 2 days, our catalog doesn't come up anymore when you enable live shopping. Have you had anyone else with this error? Views have been down since this has happened. So I just want to, and I'm just going to make a general blanket statement here. We did, over the last several days, have people tell us that they were unable to link their catalog item when they got to this step in the live shopping setup. About half of them have since come back to me and told me that it repopulated. But I have also done a little bit of troubleshooting on things that could have possibly gone wrong in the catalog that could be causing this to happen. And so if you or anybody else wants to just drop it in the comments here or in the Facebook, just pick one or the other. Please don't do both because it's going to be a lot of comments for me to come back and answer. I will be happy to share some of those kind of troubleshooting items with you. I just got through putting together the troubleshooting checklist kind of last night, and I did a little bit of research with Facebook. So again, if your catalog has kind of gone belly up and you are not able to link up, again, about half of the people that have complained about this have gotten their ability to link up back. And if you don't get it back in a day or two, just please reach out. I do have a little list of little checklist of troubleshooting that I can share with you.
Perfect. I found a great question from Todd. He said, I remember reading that you could load a product maybe with just like information on how to get registered, but Facebook won't let me feature it. Are there any tips on a product to make where I can make something general like that?
So yes, I have seen people be able to come in, use perhaps their logo or some other branded graphic, and have that be the featured product, so that it was kind of handy right there, like, go to, xyz.commentsold.com, and register and blah, 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 blah. It works a portion of the time. This is kind of going to fall in that bucket of weird catalog questions, because it depends on how your Facebook shop is set up. It depends on if you're verified or not. It depends on how your catalog is set up, not just your Facebook shop, but also the catalog in that Facebook shop. Depends on how that was configured. It depends on if you're verified. And it's also going to depend on whether or not you're auto fed in or not. So again, I have seen that work. I do have personal experience with people who have made that work and do it every time and have great success. I have seen people it doesn't work for. So if you are struggling, you may unfortunately fall in that other bucket. But if you get with somebody, we should be able to help you get something feasible set up so that you can continue forward with that step.
Perfect. And then I think one more question and probably about time to wrap up. And if you guys have additional questions, you can definitely come and check out the CSVIP Facebook feed. I know that there are a ton of questions that we're going to try to go back and answer after this is over. So if we missed your question, or if you think of a question later, or if you're wanting Jennifer's amazing troubleshooting tips, you can, if you comment there, we'll make sure that we get you taken care of and get it shared with you. It is recorded to view later, Christy, but the fastest way to view the recording is just going to be to go to the Facebook Live in the CSVIP Facebook group. Somebody said, if the people in the group that you shared to comment in the group don't click on the video, will CommentSold still see their claim comments?
Let me read that again. I want to read that one.
The very last one.
If the people in the group that you shared to comment in the group and not click the video, will still see their claim comments. It should. This is why I want it shared and not necessarily have StreamKeys sending it to 2 different areas. It should catch all of them. Now, that being said, we have had moments where things haven't been caught, but by and large, I would say with a very, very high percentage, comments in the group are being captured off of the shared video without having to click on it.
Perfect. All right. And thank you so much for all of your time today and all the hard work that you put into this. I know that it's something that everybody in CSVIP has been asking for quite some time, is just some sort of demo that they could watch. Any kind of help. We know that this is something new that we've introduced that, you may or may not have had experience with before CommentSold. I know that StreamKeys and Facebook Marketplace selling is new to a lot of us, myself included. So we're really thankful that you took the time out of your day to come and do this for us. And we really appreciate all of your help that you've been for myself and for everyone else. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Once again, you can catch the recording in CSVIP. It's still live right now, so you can go and find it. It'll be at the top of the feed, and you can comment there. You can rewatch. You can ask additional questions there, and we would be happy to try to help you. And then if you have, again, any very specific questions for your business and your Facebook catalog, or something that's happening that you need some troubleshooting with, chat support is still going to be one of the best ways for you to get help, because you'll be able to share some screenshots there. They'll be able to see kind of the back end of what's going on our side. So that's going to be, again, the best way for you to get some technical support on this, or reaching out once again to your account strategist if you have one. So we hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your week, and we hope to see that a lot of you guys are using StreamKeys and or also using Facebook Marketplace selling. And so you'll have to come back and let us know if you have any great success stories. So thank you guys so much. We hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.
And be consistent.
Yes, be consistent.
Bye.